information in a way that will help motivate the audience to learn. And the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Madam Toastmaster.
The timer works the same way. The green light illuminates in 5 minutes, the yellow light is 6, and when the red light illuminates in 7 minutes, Sara will have 30 seconds to wrap up.
Thank you, Mr. Tanner. Please welcome Ms. Sara from the stage.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I want to know, how many of you are planning to have a carefree retirement? Wow, there should be more hands up. Well, I want to share with you. Did you know that Americans fear, contrary to what we think here at Toastmasters, Americans fear is not public speaking. It goes a little bit deeper than that. Americans' number one fear is running out of money. And I want to share with you a story about two different couples, the Hatfields and the McCoys. The Hatfields and the McCoys both retired at age 65. And they both had $500,000 in their retirement. The average return on their portfolios was 9%. And they both took out the same amount of money from their retirement every single year. 4% a year, adjusted each year for inflation. Would you know that the Hatfields ran out of money at age 89? And the McCoys, at the age of 95, still had $2.6 million in their portfolio. Now, how could this be? How could two couples with the same amount of money, taking out the same amount each and every year, getting the same average return, have such a different experience? Well, it has to do with what is called sequence of returns. You see, what happened was the Hatfields had losses in their early retirement years, whereas the McCoys had the losses later on. And they both had the same losses and the same gains. They were just turned upside down. So you need to understand that it's very important that when you get ready to retire, is not the time to lose money. Because as you could see, it could have a dramatic impact on your lifestyle. Several years ago, I wrote an article in the Palm Beach Post that talked about the safe money formula. Has anybody heard of it? Of course you have. The safe money formula states that the older we get, the less chances we can take with our money. Why? Because we are not going to be able to go back to work for another 40 years to make up for losses. So losses are manageable the younger we are, but the older we get, the harder it is to make up for those losses. The volatility in the market is definitely there. And Warren Buffett says 2 rules. Rule number 1, don't lose what you've got. And rule number 2, see rule number 1. Very, very profound, makes total sense to me. How many of you have a pension account? Great. For those of you who have it. See, years ago, corporations provided defined benefit plans. They would provide X number of dollars to you when you retire. And they were on the line for that. They took full risk to make that happen. Well, that was very expensive for them. So what did they do? Instead, they offer 401k plans. And 401k plans, guess what? The risk is on you. So the three-legged stool for retirement consists of your Social Security, your pension, and your personal savings. And if you don't have a pension, well, what happens to those three legs of the stool? They fall over. And we need to make up that pension with guaranteed lifetime income. Do you know that Social Security is guaranteed lifetime income? Works just like an annuity. It provides you with that income for as long as you live. And how many of you know what is a safe withdrawal rate from your nest egg? How much should you take every year when you're retired out of your nest egg so you don't run out of money? Does anybody know what that is? It's actually 4%. So if you take out no more than 4% out of your retirement nest egg, you have an 80% chance that you will not run out of money. However, if you have one of these guaranteed income annuities, that's guaranteed, whether you live 30 years or beyond 100. By the way, do you know that the largest segment of the population is those people age 85 and older? And the number of people that are over the age of 100 keeps increasing dramatically. So we all have great chances of living a very, very long life. And with that comes the challenges to make sure that when you, in your retirement, you don't run out of money. There are several paradigms that we are going through in our country. One of which is taking care of the elderly, because we are living longer than ever before. And taking care of the elderly puts tremendous pressures on the entitlement programs, Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. So we all have to make sure that we're going to be okay in our own economy. And that requires planning and the help of a professional. Now,